DNRs, another document that we have in Michigan, but attorneys do not prepare. A do not resuscitate is exactly what it sounds like. Do not resuscitate me if something bad happens. And these are prepared between a physician and a patient, okay? No one should ever sign a DNR unless you are terminally ill, because they mean exactly what they say. So if you're in for arthroscopic knee surgery and something bad happens during anesthesia and you have a DNR, guess who's not being brought back because there's a DNR hanging there, right? So we do not want them unless you are terminally ill. In the state of Michigan, to avoid a guardianship, what we want in place is a healthcare power of attorney, okay? And you know, please stop anytime and ask me questions, because I'll just go and go. So please throw them out, so in case you want to know something, do it, or else you may forget. Okay. Now, what happens with our finances? And again, we'll just pick the situation where I'm in a car accident. I'm in a coma. Maybe my wife is with me. Maybe she's not. But what does that mean? Okay, so if I'm in a car accident and I'm in a coma, I'm married. My wife and I have a checking account, savings account. We're joint on it, right? Nothing changes. Just because I'm in the hospital, she still has access to the bank accounts. We own them jointly. When you own bank accounts jointly with a spouse, for example, it's not like I own half the money, she owns half the money. We own all of it ourselves. So if something bad happens to one, the other person still has access to that account. Typically not an issue. But there are certain things in our name alone that our spouses are not on. Okay, so if you have a 401k, your spouse may be the beneficiary of that 401k, but that's not until you die. What if you're in the hospital and you have to go into some sort of rehabilitation, treatment? It's extremely expensive, and now we have to start maybe liquidating some of that 401k to pay for some of these bills. My wife just can't call the financial person and say, hey, you need to cash in some of Joe's stock. The bills were a fortune this month for him in rehab. They're going to say, great, Jamie, my wife, I'm glad you're the beneficiary, but Joe's alive. This is his investment. You can't instruct us to liquidate any of this, to cash any of this out. You don't have the legal authority to do that. You're not Joe. You can't sign his tax return on his behalf, which the IRS wants. They don't care that you're in a coma. Somebody better file that tax return for you every year. I know Joe's not coming back home after he gets out of rehab. He's going to some assisted living facility when he's done. You don't want to stay in the house anymore, but Joe's name's on it. You can't just go sell the house and sign his name, right? So even though we're married, there are certain things that a spouse just can't do on behalf of another one. Taxes, signing deeds, those sorts of things are usually the big things that we see, okay? So we want a financial power of attorney in place in case something happens where we can't take care of our own business. So in my case, I'm married. My spouse is my immediate financial power of attorney. Anything I can do in my name, she can do in my name on my behalf immediately. It is not contingent upon my health. I'm perfectly fine. I'm here with you guys. We could be buying a house right now and she could be at the closing and signing my name on documents if I have a financial power of attorney or a durable power of attorney in place, giving her that legal authority. Take it to the next level. What happens if she and I are in a car accident together? And now we're both parked at Beaumont side by side, okay? You know who doesn't care that we're in the hospital? DTE, Consumers Energy, the IRS, your mortgage, your homeowner's insurance, your car, right? All those things that we deal with on a daily basis do not stop because we're parked in the hospital somewhere. Somebody still has to take care of business for us. A financial power of attorney will allow somebody to do that on our behalf. So again, my wife is my primary. She's my go-to if something bad happens to me. But if she's parked next to me in the hospital, we have an alternate. It's been a while since I looked at my documents. I think it's my brother-in-law and then my sister-in-law are the backups to my spouse. I'm my financial power of attorney. But again, it's loved ones, trusted people that can step in, take care of business for you while you can't do it, okay? You have a power of attorney in place for financial and business matters. We don't have to go back to court to get a conservatorship in place. When you don't have a financial power of attorney in place and somebody has to take care of this kind of business, then we are headed back to county probate court where we're going to get a conservatorship put in place.
You have to put his name down.
Say that again?
You're up in power of attorney. We have to add his name.
So in the document itself, it would state Joe Garavaglia appoints Jamie Garavaglia his power of attorney.
After we die, both of us, somebody's
So remember, this is a lifetime document. This only applies while you're alive. When you've passed away, powers of attorney go in the garbage. They have no force or effect. That transitions us to wills and trusts, and we'll get there in a second about what happens post-death. Okay?